action on television? Well, you have found it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to TNA Xplosion. It's JP, Jeremy Borash, along with the human suplex machine, Taz, and we are still reeling from the pay-per-view final resolution. What a night it was, Taz. We're going to be talking about that on this program today.
Well, on this particular episode of Xplosion, man, check this out. Okada goes one-on-one versus Stevie Richards. And how about this? You want knockouts? We got him. Sarita one-on-one with Mickie James.
It'll be an action-packed edition of TNA Xplosion. And we'll also take a look back at the week that was in TNA Wrestling with the TNA Wrestling Rewind. But first, let's check in with Stevie Richards as he comments on his matchup we're going to see this week on Xplosion.
Stevie Richards, EV2 is basically diminished to you and Tommy Dreamer. And on top of it, tonight you're going to be facing the very dangerous Japanese wrestler, Okada.
Yes, it is down. EV2 is down to two individuals, Tommy Dreamer and myself, Stevie Richards. And yes, I'm still hurting from the Styles Clash that I took not too long ago on Impact. My neck is still injured. I'm not 100%. And just like everybody out there who says to me, Stevie, you and Tommy can't exist as a unit. EV2 can't exist. You can't wrestle with a neck injury. You can't go out there and beat the Japanese superstar Okada. Well, I have one thing to say to those people. In a world of can, I can. And tonight against Okada, I will.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Tokyo, Japan, Okada.
Okada, man, that's my Japanese homeboy right there.
Certainly is, Taz, trained under the tutelage of the Great Muta.
Oh, yes. I never wrestled the Great Muta, but I know him very well.
And you have been over to Japan many times.
I have. I've been on many cards with Muta, but I never competed against him. If
Certainly.
I did, I probably would have beat him.
Knows how to train somebody, that's for sure, with Okada.
And his opponent, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, representing EV2, Stevie Richards.
Representing EV2. Come on, Val. Is there an EV2 left?
Well, I mean, as long as Tommy Dreamer is breathing the same air we breathe, there is an EV2.
It's more like EV-nil.
Well, slim pickings. There's certainly a case to be made for that, Taz, but you know, you can't damper the spirit, you can't damper the heart
Of Stevie.
Of Tommy Dreamer.
That's his name, Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, I know. No, I'm not talking about their heart. I'm talking about the group itself. Saying these guys from EV2, there's no more EV2. I would think, right? You say this, he's still alive.
Well, I'll tell you what. To me, as far as Tommy Dreamer's here, as far as you're here,
I'm not part of this.
I know you're not part of it, but there's certainly a memory that needs to be acknowledged.
The memories that I haven't happened. You gotta think the memories are the new things that are about to happen. I don't even know what the hell that means, but I tried to say something that was cool and didn't come out right.
I almost believe it. Stevie Richards and Okada, first time tying up in a TNA ring this week on Xplosion. Both men very quick, about evenly matched as far as size. Stevie Richards with a much broader experience background.
Yeah, I like Okada. I like this man's style. I like his in-ring ability. As you said, trained in those dojos, New Japan Pro Wrestler, the Great Muta. You know you're coming from a great legacy there. But as you said, the experience, Stevie Richards, a couple arm drags into an arm bar. Experienced man has the advantage.
Looking forward to, just after the new year, heading over to Japan with several of the TNA stars, I know, that are going to be heading over there. Going to be great to be part of the Tokyo Dome.
Oh,
January 4th. Yeah, absolutely.
Massive, massive event. They're letting you at that show, huh? You going to be there?
Oh, yeah. Big time over.
You're big in Japan. Right?
Very big. Stevie Richards with an armbar on Okada, who since arriving here to TNA Wrestling has had some great matchups, really has looking to make an impact and looking to attain some championship gold. Stevie Richards, a great stepping stone to a title shot down the road for sure. There's a big chop by Stevie Richards.
You just said Stevie Richards is a stepping stone? Is that what you just said?
Would be a stepping stone to a title shot.
So you just complimented Stevie Richards, then you called him a stepping stone?
If you beat Stevie Richards, in my opinion, you're due for a title shot, absolutely.
You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. We're going to pick this up after the break.
I have an issue to contend with.
Yes, right.
Absolutely. Okada and Stevie Richards continues when we come back. It's TNA Xplosion. It's Okada with the upper hand on Stevie Richards.
So you said before we went to break that Stevie Richards would be a great stepping stone for Okada to go towards the TNA World title. That's what
I
you
would
said.
think so, yes.
You're out of your mind. Stevie Richards, is he in the top 5 contenders right now?
I don't
You
know.
obviously haven't looked at our ranking system. Hello.
I have not looked at the ranking system. You're correct there. But I'll tell you this much. In my game, in my eyes, after the
Your
match he
game.
had with AJ Styles recently, the TNA television champion.
Who's he? Stevie?
Stevie
Right.
Richards. Great toe-to-toe action.
I
and
love
took
Stevie.
it to the limit.
I love Stevie as a competitor. I respect the man. I've wrestled the man. I know the man. I respect the hell out of Stevie Richards. I just don't think at this point that Stevie, getting a victory on Stevie, would mean that you're in line for a title shot for the TNA World title. I just think that's an asinine comment from me. That's just my opinion.
That's what your opinion is.
That
Well, you
is.
tell that to Okada if he gets the win. Here's a cover. Jackson James right there to make the 3 count if it happened. I'll tell you what, that man is right on the ball.
What?
Jackson James.
He's on the ball because he would have made do his job and hit the 3 count?
He's the best.
He's the best.
I think so. He's one of the best up-and-coming referees ever.
Brother, you are becoming the master of the overstatement. That's what you become.
I like the kid. What can I say?
I like Jackson James as a referee. He's refereed some big matches in a short time here, trying to impress a lot of the brass here in TNA, which will be immortal. And I mean, we saw recently on Impact that Fortune basically beat the daylights out of Jackson James. Robert Roode got upset. Felt like some blown calls in a 4-way tag match. You with me?
I'm thinking at the same time, Okada trying to make an impact with TNA management as well. And trying to...
Are you
plot
Okada's
his
agent?
way.
Are you his manager, his agent? What is the deal here with this?
I'm a big fan.
What is he getting
Japanese
into the
style.
Sobe noodle houses in Japan to get you cut the line with him? Is that what the deal is?
Well, he's got 2 on Stevie Richards. Oh, not so fast.
Yeah, Stevie trying to fire up. Stevie's always in great condition. He does that training system, the PRX, TXAR. He's always training at all times, He's always running up and down. Goes to Mount Fiji, runs up and down, training treadmill shots, uphill shots.
He's got the iPad, the iPhone. He's got everything there, all the necessary tools. There's a sleeper hold reversal by Stevie Richards on Okada, but quickly Okada, belly to back suplex.
Nice way to shut down Stevie. Might get him. Oh. Almost got the win right there to Okada. Stevie's got a little too much intestinal fortitude to lay there for a 3 count.
And now sizing up Stevie Richards, who has made several trips to Japan himself over the years.
I missed what he said.
You speak Japanese?
I speak a plethora of Japanese. Okay?
Go ahead, let's hear some.
Yeah. I know the bad words.
Sashimi, sushi,
Dim sum. Yeah. You know how to count in Japanese?
Aye.
Ich, ni, son, shi, go, robo, sichi, achi, ku, ju. That's correct, by the way.
Very impressive, Taz. Here we go. Right hand stops Okada in his tracks to the midsection.
Look at Stevie now. Trying to fire up and doing a good job. He's got Okada reeling and rocking. Boom! Look at that. Big haymaker. Nice.
And that's where the conditioning comes into play. It'd be hard-pressed to find a guy in better shape.
Oh, no doubt about that.
And Stevie Richards, hours upon hours in the gym.
Training at all times.
There's a side slam. Stevie Richards, almost a 3 count. And you talk about that kind of training, that kind of intensity, you know.
Well, I think the big thing with Stevie's career, once he got, and he kind of got rid of, he dropped his doctorate, and he stopped being a doctor, he just became a better wrestler, let's be honest.
More focused.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
look at this.
Oh, my God.
Okada, wait a minute. Oh, what a neck breaker.
On a man with a surgically repaired neck, he's got him.
So close, and Stevie Richards took a hellacious Styles clash from AJ Styles several weeks back and has not been the same since.
And this man has had neck surgery, Stevie. So, as you pointed out, the Styles clash, and then Okada with that high impact maneuver on the neck. Now a full Nelson. Stevie realizes he was in harm's way. He breaks it, goes for the Stevie kick, back to the full Nelson, all dragged out of it. Oh, there's the kick.
TV kick on Okada. And
Here's your winner, Stevie Richards.
Wow, excellent matchup by both men there. Good outing by Okada. Stevie gets the Duke.
Certainly was impressive showing by both men. But in the end, it was Stevie Richards getting his hand raised by the referee and getting the win in the win column. Impressive victory for Stevie Richards this week on TNA Xplosion.
Hey, Siri. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were on the phone.
I'll call you right back.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
What do you want, JB?
Who are you talking to?
Somebody called none of your business?
Fair enough, fair enough. Mickey James, some of your business tonight.
You know she's going to be my business. I'm taking care of business tonight against her. I've taken her on in the past, and I don't care who she is. I don't care where she came from, what she's done. I've heard all about Mickey James. I'm so sick of hearing about Mickey James. It's time to hear about Sarita. You know, when she looks at me tonight in the ring, she's going to know what fear is. I'm going to throw her around, take her down like I've always done with my opponents.
What about TNA Knockouts champion Madison Rayne?
Madison Rayne, well, we haven't been getting along too well recently. You know what? I could care less. You know what happened? I beat her. I beat her twice. I should be the new Knockouts champion. You know, she may as well just hand me that title. If I don't get a title shot soon, I'm gonna go crazy. Honestly, Madison can eat it. I don't care. I'm the next champ. Sarita is the next champ.
Well, you're going to have to get through Mickey James tonight to make that happen.
No problem.
Last Sunday, Matt Morgan walked into Final Resolution as TNA's best chance to bring down the TNA World Champion Jeff Hardy and Immortal. With Mr. Anderson as the special referee, the odds were in the Blueprint's favor.
Matt, as far as I know, seems to be a stand-up guy, and I wasn't about to let him, you know, experience the same thing that I went through. So I happened to offer my services. He was in need of a referee, so I put myself in that position. Nowadays, it's like, it's just pretty much a given that anytime one of us gets an upper hand, the clowns come running out to the ring. It's just a given, and you know, that pay-per-view was like every other incident in that the minute Matt Morgan had the upper hand, here comes Eric Bischoff and finished me off. I had already collided with Jeff accidentally and decided to, finish me off, ran my head into the post, rung my bell again. Can't do anything on their own. Seriously. Can it ever just be one-on-one? This is a competition. You don't see that anywhere else.
The hectic finish had Eric Bischoff and Immortal's fingerprints all over it. Earlier tonight, Eric Bischoff granted Matt Morgan another shot at Jeff Hardy, but this time, he would have to defeat Mr. Anderson at Genesis and earn the #1 spot.
So there Eric Bischoff is in the ring. And he calls me out. He calls me out to the ring because everything's gonna be fair and square. He's gonna call me out and he tries to gas me up with false hope, thinking that he felt that I should be world champion, that I got a raw deal, and try to, stir the pot, so to speak, get me mad at Anderson, trying to get into my head that Anderson screwed me out of that title. It didn't work. And then to make matters worse, he tried to say that there's gonna be a match between me and Anderson. Right when I got off the phone with Anderson last night, knowing today he's not medically cleared, there's no way that match can take place. Okay, he's not cleared. There's no way that can happen. Okay, and I'll be honest, I'm at my wit's end with all this. I really am, honest to God. He is technically, he's ruining Ken Anderson's life. He is. He's setting Anderson up for something that 20 years from now, Ken's gonna look back and be, if this happens, he's gonna be pissed.
More motivated than ever to go through Morgan to get to Hardy? Because that's how he's holding himself out. That's how Hardy's holding himself out.
No, I'm not more motivated than ever. I've always been motivated. I'll let you decide that, because I feel the same damn way that I've always felt. But I'm ready. I'm tired, sick and tired of bull like this keeping me out of action.
The question of Mr. Anderson being medically cleared to fight is still up in the air. Will the chance to capture his first world title lure him back into the ring?
There's no way any of this could lead to a match with me versus Anderson. There's no way, okay? The guy is not cleared to wrestle, okay? He's not. But, you know, this is the Bischoff regime, isn't it, right? You got to expect the unexpected. And to answer your question, I really don't think it's going to happen. But, you know, you're pushing me to make an answer on if this match happens, if this match happens. All right, I'll play devil's advocate with you, okay? If this match happens, I have no choice. I have no choice but to go full tilt. And that's what I'm trying to get Ken to see. Eric's setting us both up for fail, to be quite honest with you. All right? And I'm trying to explain this to Anderson. I am. And, but if, that's a very big if this match occurs, once that bell sounds, gloves are off.
I get it. He says he's concerned, but look, I've got a concussion. I probably can't even count how many concussions I've had in my life. This is just part of the wrestling business. Every time you hit the mat, you hit your head a little bit. That's technically a concussion.
Well,
this one was just a little worse, okay? And I have a doctor.
Well, let's talk
Let's talk about that. And he is looking after me. I was ready to come back. He said no. I listened to him. Now, if I go to him and he tells me that he feels that I'm ready, and I am taking a concussion test this week, and if I pass that concussion test, which I feel that I will, because I feel, you know, I'm just as as I ever was, but I'm no more than I was. I'm gonna be back.
Cut all the bull. Is really a concussion test, Ken?
Is there really a concussion test?
That's right. You said.
Do you need me to bring a doctor's note?
You said a minute ago that, you know, this is wrestling and you've had a ton of concussions. You know, and I guess every time you hit your head on the mat, it could be a concussion, blah, blah, blah. You can't have it both ways, bro. You've said
I can't have it both ways.
But yet this is the one that's kept you out.
It's not just me. I'd be back a month ago if it were up to me. But, you know, science has evolved. They used to think that the earth was flat. Over the years, science has figured out that concussions are more serious. Some concussions can be more serious. This one was more serious. So it's kept me out of action.
Is this one more serious or is this one more convenient?
I'm gonna whoop your ass. Is this more convenient? Are you kidding me? Are you ribbing me? More convenient? Yeah, convenient for me to sit at home on my ass for 2 months and not get paid. My wife's sick of me. I'm sick of my...
This is the Ken Anderson I know. This is the Ken Anderson I want to see.
Well, you're gonna see him. You're gonna see him. When I get cleared, I'm gonna wait for my doc to clear me. And when I'm back, I'm back. I'm going on a tear.
Once that bell sounds, I'm an athlete, okay? I get paid money to win matches, right? That's what I said, I'm a winner. Ken knows this, and I expect the same from him. So it's not politics, no, not at all. This is straight up sportsmanship. I'll shake his hand before the match, if this match occurs, which it will not.
Brother Ray tried to go out of his way to prove that he was the single driving force behind Team 3D's years of success. Inc. was able to prove otherwise.
Let me tell you something. Pissed off, disrespect, everything jumbled into one.
all right? Never, ever would I have ever done that to him. We've had our differences. We've had our differences, we've had our brawls amongst each other. That's what family do, that's what family does, okay? But never, ever have I disrespected him in that ring. Never, ever have I done anything like he did tonight. That's fine, Bubba. You got a lot of jokes. You want to joke around? That's fine. But when I catch you, we're going to see what the real joke is.
There actually is a sense of conflict, and there's a sense of disappointment. I'm actually disappointed in myself for not doing this a lot sooner. I don't think you realize, or anybody out there realizes, how difficult it is to try to carry a guy like Devon by your side for as long as I did in this industry where it's hard enough to watch out for yourself and carry yourself. I am a master at covering up Devon's flaws and accentuating his positives. The things that you see Devon do is because those are the only things he really does well. And he does them well because I showed him how to do them well.
Understand one thing, without me, Bubba is nothing. That was proven tonight. That match against Inc. we've had across the world, and that was never the outcome. I respect those two, Inc. Jesse's a proud student of mine, okay? We give them all the credit in the world. But the outcome was Team 3D on top. Did that happen tonight? No, it didn't.
Brother Devon almost got his hands on his former partner. Why won't Brother Ray stand face to face with Devon and settle things once and for all?
You can run, but you cannot hide. Bubba, it's only a matter of time before I catch up to you. It's only a matter of time. You see, you called me out a month, 3 weeks ago. You called me out 2 weeks ago. You called me out a week ago. I show up, you don't even get in the ring. You don't have the balls to get in the ring. It's only clear, it shows me one thing. You're scared.
I've been over since day one. Since the day I stepped foot into that bingo hall in South Philadelphia, I've been over. I was over when I was a stuttering, dancing fool. I was over the first day me and Devon ever hit our first 3D on the Sandman. I was over when I won my first championship. I was over when I won my first championship. I was over when I won my first TNA, NWA, any title in Japan. I've always been over. And Devon has always been over because he's been attached to my hip. He had no choice but to be over. I've always been relevant in this business. Somehow, some way, I'm always involved. And whether that's because the people are cheering, whether that's because the people are booing, or whether that's because the promoter is too afraid to not put me on the show because I'll be waiting for him at his car, doesn't matter. I have 7 zeros in my bank account, brother. 7 zeros. You know what that means? That I've been relevant since day one.
This retirement thing, and I'm gonna go on record right now, this is all his idea. For what? I don't know. And like I said a week ago, if he wanted to retire as a tag team and go singles, I'd have been fine with that. All you do is let me know. He knows that. Everybody knew that. The boys in the back, even the fans, they knew that. I wouldn't have mind going singles, okay? But for him to take the cheap shot that he took, that's fine. Here's the deal. Go on record right now. Brother Devon is not retiring. Brother Devon is back in full effect. I will go out there and pursue my singles career. And the first ass whooping goes to my brother, Bubba Ray. Oh, my brother. Testify.
Beer Money was able to claim the #1 contender spot for the TNA Tag Team titles and look to take down the Motor City Machine Guns at Genesis.
Yeah, we did exactly what we said we were going to do. We said we were going to go out, get the #1 contenders, for what is rightfully ours, and that's the TNA World Tag Team titles. And we had to beat Inc., which is a great team, but they're not Beer Money.
Beer Money's plan failed miserably. Will the former tag team champs continue with the dirty tactics, or are the young guns from Detroit going to force Beer Money into a fair fight?
No, it wasn't right. I mean, even though Murphy and Gunner came up on the short end of the stick, so to say, you know, it kind of showed like a new attitude the Machine Guns have, like they're trying to be tough because they're from Detroit and all this. I don't give a damn where they're from. When I punch them right in their mouth, they're gonna bleed like everybody else I punched in the mouth. I go around and kiss their girlfriend right in front of them. They're not gonna do nothing to me. I'll beat the out of them two boys.
What happened? Are you kidding me? We got two punks, two hired guns out there to beat down the World Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns. But you know what? We're not gonna let that happen. We're not gonna take from them, or we're not gonna take from anybody. Not only are we the best tag team, not only are we the smartest, but tonight we just proved that we are the most brutal tag team in all of TNA and all of professional wrestling.
These are the two best tag teams in professional wrestling today and continue to amaze the world every time they step into the ring. A battle for the ages is on the horizon.
Me and Robert have been kind of held back. You know, at any time, we can end those little boys' careers. I mean, look at them. All they do is sit at home and they play video games. Me and Robert, we go out to bars, we sleep with women, we drink beer, we beat people up.
You talk about how people only see us in one light. There were only super athletes. There were only Xplosion wrestlers. Man, we're the best, okay? And if these belts don't prove it, if our actions don't prove it, then you tell me what does, and we'll do that too. We lose these belts, we get them back. We get knocked down, we get back up. That's how it works, and that's why we're the best, and we've been doing it for years.
Douglas Williams pulled out an upset over AJ Styles at Final Resolution.
Feels fantastic to you know, number one, win the TV title, and number two, beat AJ Styles, taking something away from Fortune and showing them what they weren't utilising when I was in the group. You know, they had so much potential with me, and they just, you know, left it to waste. I think there was a moment just before the end of the match where he hadn't lost it, he didn't snap, where, you know, it was becoming even Stevens a little bit. He was starting to get back using some of his own traditional moves that he's always used, but, you know, I just happened to cut him off once. He snapped, he got angry, and that's what he became complacent, and that's what ultimately cost him the match. If he'd stuck to using his regular moves, he might have had more of a chance, I think. If he'd stuck to being a clean wrestler like he was for so many years in this company, he might have got the victory, but, you know, he's got a little hot head on him now, unfortunately.
Well, he might have a hot head, but he has no belt.
Absolutely, you know, TV title right here. I kept myself level from the very start. He tried to provoke me from the match, but it didn't work.
You know, nobody likes to lose. And granted, I lost to Doug Williams. I lost to my own move. You think I was happy about losing that match? Absolutely not. Knowing that I'm the better wrestler, and then Bischoff singles me out. Said, oh, it's all about the gold. I know that. I'm a team player. I'm all about the team. I'm part of Fortune. I'm part of Immortal. I'm a team player. I know how to get the job done. I screwed up. I slipped on a banana peel. He got me. I get a rematch. I don't know if he's forgetting that or what. But to single me out in front of everybody, to make me an example, I've been here longer than he has. I think I deserve a little bit more respect than what he's giving me right now. And I'm kind of pissed off about it, to be honest with you.
Being a former member of Fortune, does Douglas Williams know how to stop this powerful faction?
The only point I was trying to make is for them to give me an opportunity to show them what I can do. And they never bothered doing that. And now they're paying the price for it. And, you know, I am showing them what I can do.
In fact, is it safe to say that they almost felt threatened by it?
I would say that's a very distinct possibility, especially AJ, I'd say. Especially AJ.
The time is now. Now is the time to hold every one of the belts that TNA has to offer. Every one of the belts that we can get our hands on, we got to get it. Plain and simple. Just like we said before, where there's gold, there's power. And we've got the guys to do it. Fortune, I know we can get it done. And if we have the opportunity, that's exactly what we're going to do. Tag belts, Beer Money, X Division, Kazarian, and I will get back my television title. It's mine. Okay, I changed it to the television title for a reason. Because I plan on defending it and holding on to it as long as I possibly can. And I'm not ready to let go of it at this point in my career.
So we might not have liked how Bischoff said it, but what he said is true.
We're all on the same page. I know that. That's why it makes it even worse for him to single me out like that. That's what pisses me off the most. I'm on the same page as everyone else. I'm a team player. I'm part of Fortune. I know how to get the job done, and I know how to get it done as a team.
Will the new television champion be able to hold off AJ Styles and Immortal?
I've got the whole force of Immortal against me now, so I'm ready for any challenge. We'll see what's coming my way. I mean, successful defenses of the TV title, keeping it in my hands for as long as possible. That's what I'm about at this moment.
The good part of your match with AJ Styles was getting the belt, but the bad part is there's a whole now 10 guys who are going to be gunning for you to get it back, for him.
I don't know, the fact that there's 10, 11, 12, a whole myriad of guys ready to step up to challenge me, I kind of like that, a little bit of variety. I like the challenge. I don't want to become complacent. I'm not AJ Styles. I'm not going to sit back and take the easy route.
We're going to get the job done, one way or another. And if we have to soften it up before I get to it, then so be it. Maybe Doug Williams should have thought about that before he turned his back on Fortune. Maybe he wouldn't be in the predicament that he's in right now.
TNA is a very fresh and alternative way to look at professional wrestling. And, it's very different than anything else you see on TV. And especially over here, they're not used to any entertainment like that.
Aside from Doug Williams trying to break my finger, pretty good. Look at it. See that thing? He tried to break it. He can't break my finger. He can dislocate it, but he can't break it. See, the idiot, out of all the fingers to choose, we had the ring finger anyway. Why would you try to break that finger, you moron?
I'll tell you what, a lot of people were worried about coming over here and it's dangerous and this, that, and the other. They're so wrong. Those Pakistani people know how to do it right. I love it. I'm having the best time ever in Pakistan.
Eric, we're not in Pakistan.
Yeah, I know. Pakistan.
We're in Abu Dhabi. We flew into Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
Is that stuff, is it illegal over here? Doobies?
No, Dubai.
Doobies?
Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai.
Goodbye.
No, Dubai.
Doobie.
It's great that TNA gets out, all the way across the world and people know who we are. You have people coming up to you from all walks of life, and it's a great feeling knowing that our company is growing this big.
One of the great things about coming over here to Abu Dhabi is the fact that these fans here, they're so familiar with TNA, they're so familiar with the Pope and Pope's ascension, if you will. The congregation is live and in full effect all the way on the other side of the world. Ain't that something? Ain't that just somewhat miraculous?
Dubai.
Dubai.
No, Dubai.
Dubai. Oh, wait. That's where the Sex and the City girls went?
Yeah.
That blonde with the cougar, I love her. The one with the big nose. I saw both of them. They're awesome movies. I also heard Tom Cruise is filming a movie there. I'm friends with him. We go way back.
Yeah. Wow. What are you doing?
Well, if you don't mind, go ahead and drop the kids out to the pool.
What? No, Eric. No, not that one. Eric, that's the other one. Are you surprised how many people, wherever you go here, know you and see Fortune and...
Am I surprised? No. Why would I be surprised about, a country used to Fortune?
There's a lot of money, a lot of beer, but you know what else there is? A lot of fortune.
But it's been cool to come to this country and entertain these people because they haven't seen TNA in this light before, so it was cool to be here.
What was it like to hear that crowd response when you came out?
It was a little bit shocking, with what's gone on with my career, my personality as of late. No matter what I say or do, these kids, are still rocking my T-shirts. So, I can't get over that. It's still cool. And it's very rare to see support like that. So I can't complain.
The four of us and Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Fortune, go hand in hand. I mean, well, we're kind of used to the service that has been provided at our 5-star hotel. I mean, just it's what we're used to. People know us. It's what we're all about. We're the best at what we do. Fame, bottom line.
It's very humbling, if you will, to walk out and be mobbed by children of all sizes. You hear what Pope's saying, man? I'm talking about of all sizes. That means everybody, from the women to the men to the women and to the women, and then on down to the kids. You understand where Pope's coming from, but it's a humbling experience for sure.
Yeah, wherever they send me to defend my enigmatic world title, I will. I'll do what it takes. It kind of sucks being gone from home for so long and being so busy, but that's the price you pay for being a world champion like I am. So I'll do what I have to do to get the job done.
What a week it is this week here on TNA Xplosion. And fans, we want you to know right now, we are planning a huge tour of Europe. Check it out. We're talking about Ireland, France, the UK. Can't wait to see all the great fans around the world. Check out TNAWrestling.com for more details.
Talk about can't wait to see. I can't wait to see Sarita, and she's coming out now.
It's our main event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is TNA Knockout Action. Introducing first, from Mexico City, Mexico, TNA Knockout Sarita.
Uy, caliente, amigo. Ándale.
Senor. Spicy. Little Latin flavor.
Yes.
Little merengue. Little cha-cha there, huh?
Yeah, cha-cha.
The TNA Latin sensation, Sarita.
He always wears the orange and black. You know why, right? You know why.
Well, that was for somebody else's colors, too.
Well, she dedicates it to me. Big fan of mine. Big fan. Country!
And her opponent, from Richmond, Virginia, TNA Knockout, Mickie James.
I'm well versed, man, singing everything. I'll do anything.
You really can. You can sing and dance. How about Mickie
I'm like Bing Crosby.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Taz, I live and reside in the wonderful city of Nashville, Tennessee, the music
Yeah, you know
city.
what? You sound like you're from Nashville. You have that southern twang.
And I was born in Minneapolis, actually. But I'll tell you what, now since living there, this lady has caught that town on fire. Hardcore country.
Yeah. Mickie, you're so fine. You're so fine. You know that song?
You blow my mind.
Big hit in the 80s.
Yes. And a big hit in the year 2010. Hardcore country. Mickie James.
You're a segue machine, for God's sakes, I'll tell you. Segueing your way through this broadcast.
And certainly, Sarita and Mickie James, you'd have to take a look on paper. Two of the finest top competitors in the female wrestling world going today.
Yes, they're fine. They're definitely fine, my friend. But right now, Mickie James controlling Sarita. I don't know if Mickie wants to trade a ground game, a mat-based wrestling match with Sarita. Sarita very well versed in that luchador style.
And certainly both ladies have their strengths, and I think as this feeling out process between the two of them goes on, you have to wonder if the international experience traveling the world both ladies have.
Yes.
And what perspective they have on each other, knowing they've never faced each other in the ring, but have a very good knowledge of each other's
their careers. Their careers, of course. And, well, I would venture to say that Mickie James has held more Women's World Championship than Sarita. That's not knocking Sarita's abilities as a competitor. She's a phenomenal athlete and knockout competitor, in my opinion, Sarita.
And no matter where they have competed around this world, one thing has led them here to TNA, and that's their desire to be the best around the best.
And that's what our knockouts are, buddy. They're not just beautiful, hot, sexy, intelligent. They're flat out tough, and they can get nasty, down and dirty.
How about the brawls we have seen recently between Mickie? Oh, agile. Nice. There's a spin kick to the midsection of Sarita.
Look at that arm bar.
Well, it's just like that, Taz. She just locked in that submission out of
Very
nowhere.
quick. Look at that dunk under that back throw. Yes, Sarita.
How about the brawls we've seen between Tara and Mickie James?
Bringing physicality, women's physicality in professional wrestling to a all new high. Look at that, both ladies with round kicks in mind. They both cracked each other in the mush.
And we're gonna see what happens, who emerges victorious in this TNA Knockouts matchup. Mickie James versus Sarita continues when we return. We are back. This is TNA Knockouts action on Xplosion. The newest addition to the TNA Knockouts lineup, talking about Mickie James going one-on-one with the very dangerous Sarita. Back and forth action this far. Both ladies evenly matched, Taz.
Oh, absolutely. It's been back and forth, to your point, to say the least. But right now, it looks like Sarita trying to, oh, look at that drop toe holding Mickie James first on the second rope, and ropes are very tight.
And as Madison Rayne continues to hold the TNA Knockouts Championship, she has to consider both of these ladies as a serious threat to her title reign.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Madison Rayne, listen, she's the Knockouts champ. She's on top of the hill. She knows all these hot knockouts are climbing that hill to get her title.
And for somebody like Sarita, who's been around TNA Wrestling for over a year now, it's got to be frustrating for her to never have achieved that goal that she came here to find, and that is the TNA Knockouts Championship.
Why do you think it's frustrating? It has to be frustrating. What? Maybe she's content with just being a top contender, Sarita.
I doubt it. She's got that competitive
How do you
spirit.
know you doubt it?
She wants to be the best.
These girls don't talk to you. You got the crazy eyeballs. Nobody's talking to you. Come on, stop.
They text sometimes, but you're right. The conversation.
That's my point.
I don't mean. Mickie James now looking into the corner. In goes Sarita.
Mickie James kind of got that Daisy Duke thing going on. Kind of hot, little hot.
Little hot.
Watch out! Wow! Bulldog City. Little hardcore country bulldog.
And you know Tara is watching this one. I think she's just salivating at the idea of getting Mickie James in a matchup at Final Resolution that is a Falls Count Anywhere match.
I'm salivating too watching this thing. Look at that. Look, it's like a hot tamale. Tamale! Look at that. Lusa, she called her a Lusa. You heard that?
And I'll tell you what, since losing Taylor Wilde as a tag team partner, it seems as though Sarita's gotten a little bit more of an attitude. Not afraid to be taunting her opponent completely during the matchup.
Like that, talking some trash, but Dev's press. Wow, look at the fire out of Mickie James.
Wow, you saw that delivering those right hand, had a fistful of hair. Well, she's raining in those punches.
Big clothesline there, and running back elbow by Mickie James. He's throwing his hands. Nice jab. Right cross. Little jab. Boom! Right hook. Dropping Sarita. I feel like Jim Lampley out here, but I'm better. Hate that guy.
And Mickie James, you got to wonder, now that she has launched her country singing career, making waves in Nashville, competing in the TNA Knockouts ranks.
Whoa, whoa. Oh!
Powerbomb.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Hey, get off.
And Earl Hebner, thankfully, sees that Sarita had hold of the ropes. Wait a minute. Madison Rayne, TNA Knockouts champion, slugs Sarita in the head, and disqualification in order from referee Earl Hebner. And you talk about fierce competition. Madison Rayne wasted no time. There's Tara.
Well, these are the issues separately right here. Sarita and Madison and Tara and Mickie.
And certainly after what we saw at Final Resolution, these two, this battle far from over. There's a neck breaker. And Mickie James now ran it in those right hands.
Yeah, Tara trying to cover up. Just attacking Mickie from behind didn't help Tara's cause.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh, hold on now. Wait a minute. This is like shades of Turning Point on pay-per-view weeks back. Oh, that is Madison Rayne again, the Knockouts champ.
She has that title belt across the back of Mickie James. Sarita coming back to the ring now. This is all-out Knockouts warfare. Oh! The largest, most powerful knockout right there, the Cougar herself, Tara. And once again, Tara and Madison Rayne together, standing tall.
Hey, let's be honest, call spade a spade. Madison's the Knockouts champion because Tara had it and laid down and basically gave her the title.
There's no question they're on top of the TNA Knockouts division. Tara and Madison Rayne this week on TNA Xplosion.